Hiya. Just a quick semi-review of the new Nomad Outback Adventure palette. I was kindly sent this by Nomad and I got blush palette, I got 2 liquid lips. I will show you one when I get to it. However, let's just start. So, excuse me, I started with my eyes, and if I show you close up, they blended so easily. So, to start with, I used the Shiraz Sky, which is this purple here. Then I blended that out with, what one's that? Crimson Creek, which is the red one. And then I went into Emu Twins, which is this yellow one here. I actually set my lid first with this. And then after they had been blended, I then went in with the shimmers, and I chose, let me see, Gone Walkabout, which is this beautiful, I'll see if I can swatch it for you. It is a gorgeous yellow gold colour. Then I put, what one's that? Goanna, which is a red, but it's got a bit of a green yellow flip to it. And then lastly I went in with, is that Mosey, what? Mosey Hour, this one here. So that was the 3 shimmers I used. And this one was the inner corner, this one was the middle, and then that was the outer portion. Under my eye it was the Shiraz Sky, but I also added a tiny little bit of the Plum Horizon, which is a very dark one, just to deepen up at the very corner and also to deepen up underneath. But that was it. That was what I used in the palette. And those shimmers, honestly, I'll see if I can actually put them on my palm and show you the actual shifts on them. They are incredible. Just so beautiful. So, those were what was on my eyes. And I'll just go through what I've actually used. So, eye primer, it was the Natasha Denona. I just like it. Then I used brows, it was Be Perfect Incredibrow in shade, I have no clue because I can't see. No clue. You can't see either. My eyesight's rubbish. I then went in with Benefit Mighty Brow. Really quite like that. It's got the 3 points, so it does it super quick, and then to get the tail at the end you just turn it to its side and it goes in really, really finely. Then I used, where are we going next? Base? No. Eyes still. So I used the Benefit Roller Lash. Is it Roller Lash? Roller Liner. Used that just to line above my lashes. I just find it super dark, super pigmented, and it just does the job. I then used Bad Girl Bang Black Benefit Mascara. I was actually gifted this by Jessica Asquith, who was part of Jessica and Norma. I follow Jess and she does quite a lot of wee giveaways, so I had actually won that from Jess. I'll leave a link to her channel somewhere, or I'll tag her. But that was from Jess and I really like it. I do have the brown of it, and I like that as well, but obviously wearing such dark eye makeup, I needed the black. I also used the MAC Black Track liquid liner. I get really watery eyes, so you just put your brush in there and it's basically like paint. It's so easy to work with. So I actually used that on my upper lash line. I just find it easier. I do normally use the Urban Decay, but my eyes are quite sensitive today, so I only use that. And I haven't even put anything on my bottom. I only used the Shiraz Sky right up to the lash line, right up to my waterline, so that it still looks dark, but I didn't put anything on my waterline today. Otherwise it would have been halfway down my cheek. I would have looked like an Apache. So next up, face. So I used the Essence Skin Loving Sensitive Concealer. Used that under my eyes, side of my eye, nose, into my smile lines, and I've got a bit of discoloration, so I had used it on that. It's cheap as chips and it works. Then I mixed the Wylida Skin Perfecting serum, and it's really glowy, but there's no colour in it, so this is what I use for my colour. It's Lumiglotion, such a nice product. I just wish they were cruelty free, but can't have everything, so I use that. Then it was time for foundation, and I know there's loads of controversy over the what do you call it, the dupes, but after all the Charlotte Tilbury nonsense, I'm going back last year when she targeted, what's the name of that company? It's gone. Fibro Fog, but she targeted the company that do the powder puffs. You'll know who I'm talking about. She targeted them because their logo was very similar to hers and took them to court, and I thought, nope, not doing it. Cannot be dealing with that. So I was in, is it Superdrug or Boots? I'm sure it was Superdrug, and they have the MCO Beauty stand, and I really like that because I don't wear a heavy face. Mine's is quite glowy. I like a bit of colour, but I hate that cake feeling, and you can see there's not any caking in my face. So I use that, and that's in shade number 2 Fair, and it's such a nice product. I love that the doe foot is really quite big. It's huge, and there's not hundreds of product that comes out with it, so it's really nice to work with. Bronzer. This is where it gets a bit crazy, because I love to look healthy, because I don't go out very often. This is my bed area that I do everything. I have got, now excuse the mess, but I have got my small makeup drawers here. This is just kind of day-to-day stuff. I have got boxes there with makeup, and I actually have a chest of drawers over at the other side with makeup. And all of this is all products as well. So as I said, everything's accessible to me so that I can do what I love in my own time without having to run about the room. And palettes that I haven't used yet are at the end of my bed in a box, because I'm not very tall. I'm only 5'1", maybe 2, so my feet don't go to the bottom of the bed. So I've got a box here with random stuff, but also the new in palettes, so that I know what I need to try and whatnot. Anyway, blusher, bronzer. I use the MUA Beauty Balm, and that's in, is it Hollywood? No, Caramel Bronze. It's got a lovely tone to it. It's got a lovely little bit of gold. See, when I open it, you'll see there's a bit of bronze glow to it. Really nice. But I also use, and this is Heke. Never heard of it before. But it is a K-Beauty or C-Beauty brand. I have got a blusher as well from them, but I love how dark this is. I just put that onto the palm of my hand, mix in a wee bit of that, mix in a bit of the MUA one, and put on my bronzer. And then I go in with Hues. This is another C-Beauty, K-Beauty brand, and it's lovely. Really creamy, really nice to work with, and I just go over that again. As I said, I do like a bit of healthy colour. So we use them. Is that all my cream products? And then the blush. Now the blush palette was also from Nomad. I am going to get, they have this palette, and they also have another warm tone palette, which I wasn't really that fussed with, but now that I've seen it on other people, I want it. So I'll be ordering it tomorrow when it launches. But these are the ones that I have got, and I used, whether you believe it or not, I used the dark purple, which is called Plum Horizon. Used that from basically my eyebrow down to about here. Then I used Lavender Light, which is the lightest one, and you will see there is a good dip in that because of how much I actually used, and went in at the front and blended it. I also put a little bit of this one here, which is Shiraz Sky. I love that the names are the same as what's in the palette. Not exactly the same colours, but very similar. And I blended that in between the two purples. Not much, just a little bit. But even looking at that, it doesn't look purple. I don't know why. Then for my next lot, it was powders. So I set my face with my Huda Beauty, and this one is in Cherry Blossom Cake. And I use my powder puff very lightly on the face, nose, forehead and chin, and then I start with my powders. I use my Dior, and this is Nude Bronze, yeah, light number 2. I'll just open it up if I can. Helps if you get the right side. So it's lovely, but it is so light sometimes. I really need the darker shade, but I love it. So put that on as my bronzer. Then I went back over with the purples just to make them punchy again, because I had obviously used the Huda. Then it was time for my highlight, and I used the Attitude Cosmetics Harmonization, and it's this one here. Now this is baked formula. A few people have said they don't really like it. Now I'll be honest with you, I think it's gorgeous. It's very subtle, but I think it's so pretty. And it does what it says in the tin, it does highlight. And as I said, I just went on with my fan brush and it works perfectly for me. Then I had my freckle pen, which is from Page Fine. This was a Temu one. Don't even know, as I said, it's just for across my nose, it just adds that little bit of something extra. My lips, I went in with Unearthly, and this one is Vamp, and it's a deeper purple colour. And then I went in with the Nomad liquid lip. Now I'll show you both of them. I used the darker one today. I don't know if I've actually got colour names. I have got no way of saying that. My eyesight is absolutely ridiculous. They are tiny writing and I can't see. So I used this one and it's lovely. It doesn't feel dry, feels fine. However, I do like a bit of a gloss. So I have just pulled out my NYX Fat Oil, the click stick one, and I'm just going to give that a swipe over. Feels so much better. As I said, I'm just not a matte girl. I love the colour of it, I love the intensity of it, the pigmentation of it, fantastic. But I do like that little bit of moisture. It's just me. Then we went in with our last step, which was my MCO Beauty Miracle Flawless. Now, I've had this for ages now. Maybe, I'm trying to think, January or February maybe? No, it must have been before that, December. I think it was December I got it, and I'm starting to get a bit low. I will go out and re-buy this because it is fantastic. It just melts your powders and makes them look cohesive. Is the only word I can think of. Now, my hair. You will see in different videos that I have been wearing wigs because my hair is so thin. You can literally see through if I don't style it decently. It's just so thin and it affected me more. I did have long hair up until November and I chopped it all off because it was just demoralising waking up and having a pillow full of hair that had fallen out. So went and chopped it all off. Don't regret it. And it's just that female time of the year that your body just changes, if we all get the idea. So I just took it all off and I go 6 to 8 weeks and get it trimmed again into another pixie cut. But this part here, honest to God, it's got a life of its own. Plus it's got a different colour of everything else, so I need it coloured again. But that's another story. But as I said, I wear wigs now just to help me feel more feminine. I like long hair. I enjoy having hair. But it's just not feasible for me to grow it now. It would just make me feel depressed again when I feel my hair's falling out all the time. I mean, this falls out quite a lot as well. But I don't... It's different. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, that is the full face. The products, absolutely 10 out of 10. The liquid lips, I love the colour, I love the pigmentation, and I like... Oops, a daisy, that's the makeup all tipped over. I like the doe foot on it. It's not too heavy, it's not too big. It's easy enough to be accurate. I would say use a lip liner just so you've got a vision of where you're going. But that's it. The blush I'm going to work with. I don't know if it's just my skin tone that the purple's just not shown. I mean, it looks beautiful, but it's not purple. Compared to what it looks in the pan, it doesn't correlate to what went on my face. And I think that's everything. Yeah. But it launches tomorrow. The design on the packaging as well is uber cute. Those wee emus, koala, kangaroo, Komodo dragon, the kookaburra up in the corner. It's just gorgeous. Really like it. And then you've got a kangaroo. If you see the gold, so cute. And this palette is almost like part of that palette. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got the two emus, you've got the koala, and you've got the kangaroo. And I think the other palette you get like the other half, I think. But as I said, in the liquid lips, there is another 2 liquid lips. There's a terracotta colour and there's a bright red orange colour. Absolutely stunning. So I will be purchasing the other 2 liquid lips. As I said, I enjoy the colour, the pigmentation. It's just the finish I'm not 100% on. It's just weeped a little bit because of the oil from the next. So that might not be the cleverest idea. Let's just tidy it up a little bit. That'll do just now. But that's everything. As I said, I will leave links somewhere. It all comes out tomorrow. I will leave prices and details down below. I can't remember what time it launches because obviously UK and America's different time zones. So I will leave a link of the time zones of where it launches at what time. But I love how green my eyes are coming out with the red above it. Stunning. But that's it. And as I said, I am so thankful that Nomad sent me this. It was just a comment I had left on a post. Was it the Electric Carnival palette? And I had said I bought everything since Wild Atlantic Way. When I support a brand, I support the brand, and finances permitting, I will buy when they launch. I have a few that's close to my heart: Attitude Cosmetics, Cosmic Brushes, Beautyman Cosmetics, and Pop and Fluff. They're the 4 UK brands that I buy consistently from. Pastel Roses is another one that I used to buy consistently from, but I basically have most of their collection that I want, and I haven't seen anything new that I feel I need. So I keep my eye. Glisten Cosmetics, actually, that's another one that I buy from regularly. I don't buy their eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why, I just haven't. But I do buy a lot of their eye products, like their liners, their pot liners, can't remember, wet liners, that's what they call them. I've got tons and tons of those. I bought the white mascara the other day, just so that when I'm putting on a coloured mascara, it's got a lighter base to go over, basically. I bought the Stars stamp liners the other day. I bought the white and the black. And I also use it for purchasing a lot of the American brands that are now shipping to Glisten, and they sell for them. So it's Blend Bunny, Bella Beauty Bar, and Unearthly Cosmetics. And they do the Sea Beauty brand Cherry Up, and I love all of them, absolutely. Blend Bunny, I buy everything at the launch, no questions asked. Unearthly, I've done the same. And Bella Beauty Bar. The American brands that I buy from is Gorman Girls. I've not missed a launch yet. And Nomad Cosmetics. They're the ones that I faithfully buy from. I dip in and out from Glaminatrix, what's the other one that I bought from? Simply Posh. There is a few that I pick and mix from, but I haven't committed fully. So that's kind of where I am. But as I said, I'd put a post on basically saying that I had bought from the Wild Atlantic Way, and they messaged me and said, can we send you the next collection when it launches in August? And I went, yeah. And I had said to them, listen, I'm in Scotland, postage, but not a problem. So I'm so grateful, but I will be going on tomorrow and buying the redder palette that's warm. This is the cool, and the other palette's warm. I will be going on and purchasing that tomorrow, I hope. And the other 2 liquid lips, and I can then just put a gloss over them, because they will go with the whole palette, and they will go with plenty of other products that I've got. Not sure if I'll do this type of video again, but I wanted to praise Nomad's products. They sent me these and they had no stipulation that I had to share, I had to review, I had to do anything. It was just, can we send you? But I wanted to do this. So they are a great brand. They donate to charity with a percentage of each palette. Now I don't know what, oops, sorry. Oh, proud supporter of Wires Wildlife Rescue. That is where the money from this collection will be going, and they do it with every collection. They donate to another charity, and I'm so proud of that. They recently had a post up that they had donated thousands to other charities through makeup. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And all the palettes are travel based. They are based in different countries. Paris, we had La Bohème, we had Wild Atlantic Way, we've had Pacific Northwest. There's just so many, and as I said, I could pull out a ton of them, but I have got a few palettes. I think we're at 600 and something now. Ridiculous. I'm sure it is. I'm just checking just now. Notes, palettes I have. Now, there's the Nomad list there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I might need to turn the brightness down a bit. That's the list of the Nomad palettes I've got. And I haven't even added this one in, I don't think yet. Or have I? Yeah, I have. Outback Adventure. You can see it there. But yeah, so I do have a few. Let me see. We are at 627 palettes. I like collecting them. I love having a reference point. So if I get a palette and I think that's very similar to, I can go and check it. But it then makes it more difficult to get around the whole collection. But as I said, I don't regret having my palettes. That is my luxury. Some people smoke, some people drink other things that they shouldn't do, and makeup's mine, and I don't hurt anyone doing it. I enjoy using it, even on a sore day. Now, I am not going to fib. I took around 4 hours today to do this. Now, I didn't take 4 hours, but I done my eyes and then I took a break for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and then I done my base products, took another 20 minutes. So I just dip in and out until it's done, because my energy levels just go, and that's not how I enjoy makeup. I don't want to be draining myself and then just do nothing. Today I'm not going anywhere. It is now nearly 6 o'clock and I am just going to clean up my bed, because right now I have got a turnstile with liners. That's lip and eyes. I have got a jar of clean eye product, brushes, and that's the cup that I got after Dad died. My first love, my first hero, always my dad, and it's so true. Then I have got my face brushes, and then I've got a pile of dirty brushes that are going to be cleaned as soon as I finish this. Can't cope with dirty brushes. Yesterday, because I've been feeling really cruddy, I hadn't been doing my brushes religiously, and I had 2 pots to do. Basically, the brushes you've seen, I had all of them to do, and I was exhausted last night. But I done it, cleaned it up, and it's all fine. But I'll be doing that today, and then put everything else back in my drawers, and then I'm going to chill out and take this face off because it has been on for a good bit. But as I said, the eyes are absolutely stunning and I love that palette. There's just so much that you could do with it. If I feel okay tomorrow, I'm not going to promise it, if I feel okay tomorrow, I might come on and do some swatching just to show you, because although I showed you the hand with the 3 shadows that I've used, the 3 shimmers, there's so much more, and they blend so easily, they blend into one another, and that's perfect. As I said, I've just seen this like a Australian sunset, purple, red, yellow. Where can you go wrong? Anyway, it's now 40 minutes I've been blethering, so I am going to leave it here. I will upload it to my YouTube, and I will leave a link to the reel that I put on Insta, because that's kind of where I am all the time. But with this length of video, it's going to be YouTube. But yeah, so I'm a happy girly. And again, thank you, Nomad. Just no other words. And all the details will be in the description bar. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Speak soon.